Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC. We are checking out the latest from Petrified Fish. This is the PFE06 Nightingale. Now, right off the bat, you can pretty much see that the design aesthetic to this knife it's making it look like a wing. Florence Nightingale, doves. I mean, that's the kind of the vibe I get from it. Excuse me. I should have taken that drink before I started. Anyway, so we've got this wing here. Now, the colorways they also selected were very interesting. We have the purple, obviously, but you have pink, you have white, and you have yellow also. So we're just going to go into it, and we'll take a look at it. So there you go. You've got, all of them basically have the white base of the G10, and then the purple, the pink, and the yellow are laid out as such. You have a lanyard hole. Very nice. Now, one thing I was looking at, that lanyard hole. Okay, that's a pocket clip. Good. Okay, that's a pocket clip we can see. It's not the blade. So, G10 backspacer. You do have a titanium pocket clip. Now, this is not reversible because it actually not only has a single screw, which is okay in this fact because it also has a post underneath it. And you know what? I just might show you that here in a minute. But for the most part, fairly open construction. I'd say maybe 25%, 20% covered up by that G10. But Petrified Fish there on the logo. Everything is chamfered off very, very well. The clip is done very well also. Now, as you can see, this one is a front flipper. Now, this is where we're going to start with this knife. Now, I know I've even had people comment on this kind of wing pattern so far, and I haven't even reviewed the knife yet. But I know that may turn some people off. I get it. I understand. That is not even remotely, that part doesn't even remotely bother me. This front flipper, well, I'll just honestly say, this is probably the first Petrified Fish knife that I've had on the channel that I kind of didn't care for right out of the box. I have to say that because it's the truth. And it's all because of that front flipper. As you can see, it's low profile. It's set forward, so your leverage is this way, not towards the back to where you're going to want to open it. The detent is fantastic, probably a little too fantastic, to be perfectly honest with you. And that jimping, in combination with everything else, the jimping really, really is uncomfortable. That's just the easiest way to say it. Man, I talked to Petrified Fish, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know about this. And they said they may try to raise the front flipper on, previous or upcoming iterations. But yeah. So I'll be perfectly honest with you guys. Darn, we're not focusing here. It's hard enough to front flip not being in front of the camera. So I'm going to try it. Okay. And remember, guys, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I fully admit, I'm not the most coordinated person in the world, not even remotely. Never have been, never will be. But I've gotten pretty good at front flippers. And this one is just dealing me all sorts of fits. I'm telling you. Yeah. And, if I always say if I just forget about it and try, okay, there I got it. But, I don't know. Man, this camera is not... Look what it's doing to my thumb. It's rough. It is rough. Now, I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. I tell you what, I can thumb flip it really easy with the hole. That's not even an issue. And for me, I would completely forget the fact that this is a front flipper. 110%. I do not like that front flipper at all. I'm just bordering on some very bad words. So let's just put it that way. But see the action? Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not front flipping it. I want to because it's there, but no. The action on that cage ceramic ball bearings, yeah. I mean, I can even pinch roll it just fine. Wow, there I messed it up. But I can thumb flip it pretty well. I have to forget that it's even a front flipper because it is so not front flipperable for me. It's just not. And plus it's uncomfortable. That's just, yeah, that's just very uncomfortable, which makes me sad because I don't know how many times recently I've answered the question, what do you think about petrified fish knives? And my honest answer is I have pretty much liked every one I've seen. And you know what? Other than the front, well, let's just keep going. Let's just keep going and we'll talk about this and we'll go. So let's get to our specs. All right, what do we have here overall? What are we looking at? So overall, you're looking at roughly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 7¼ inches. You've got close to 4¼ on the handle, and then roughly maybe about a 3-ish inch blade, and your cutting edge is definitely a little bit shorter than 3 inches, as you can see there. Your grip length, that is the normal grip length that I see, and in measuring that, you're looking at about 3.5 inches for a normal grip length. Can you choke up? You can, absolutely. There's nothing protecting you from the corner of that blade, but you absolutely can choke up to gain a little bit. Now, when I was back to that 3.5, I really like that length of a grip. You guys know I do. My finger comes right basically to the end of the knife. Really, really like that aspect of the grip. So let's do our size comparisons. Obviously the PM2, pretty much a much larger knife. Bug out, let me be a little bit closer. Even the bug out, got it by a little bit in the blade. And the handle's pretty close. Yeah, it just edges it out a little bit on the blade. So, weight. Let's get a weight. We're starting on ounces. 3.1. The weight is really good as far as I'm concerned. 87 grams. The carry, it's a titanium pocket clip, so you know, it's not going to be deep carry, but it works very well. You don't have a whole lot sticking out there because of the profile of the knife overall. It comes down to that point. The clip is done very well. It's got pretty darn good retention. No issues there. But the overall, my overall thoughts on it. I really like the blade. Let's check out. We haven't even talked about the blade yet because I got so far off on that front flipper, and I apologize for that, guys. So, what about the blade? Well, I am having a holy terrible time with this camera focusing today. What is going on? All right, 14C28N. That's what I was trying to say. I like this overall blade shape. You kind of got this clip point, kind of drop-ish, clip-ish type blade going. You've got some jimping there on the blade, which ends up being, that jimping is, it's okay there. Not okay there. The jimping is all right as far as your spine. The hole, like I said, I could really, really flip it with the hole. The action is pretty much on point. But I really, really do like that blade shape. Absolutely. I'm all about the blade. And, you know, you guys talk about, like I said, I've already gotten comments on the handle. That doesn't even bother me. It really, really doesn't. Okay, it looks like a wing. No big deal. It's comfortable. It is really comfortable in hand. Everything is chamfered off really nice. Yeah, it really is. And even, you know, you've got the indentations here kind of with the flow of the wing. That's not an issue. The pocket clip's not an issue. That feels good. Everything else about this knife, I mean, I know some people aren't going to like the look, and that's fine. I get that. I understand that. Doesn't bother me a bit. Color, okay. Yeah, the colors aren't my favorite. You know, yellow, pink, purple, and white. They're not my favorite. But the knife itself is super comfortable. The blade cuts very well. You know, I'd like to see it a little bit, not even a little bit longer. For work, for the rope, yeah, it would be. It does pretty good on 6 thread and 9 thread. 21 thread, it has a little bit more difficult, but that's because of the shorter blade, I think. My honest opinion. But the big thing. Oh, liner. Let's talk about the lockup. We didn't check the lockup. It's got decent access. Good access to the liner lock. You've got good lockup. I mean, you're looking at probably 30%. Everything else, it's locked up. It's solid. Very solid. It's just that front flipper. Like I said, the detent, fantastic. I mean, it's not going to fly out. But it's just that front flipper. It's not done very well. That's the bottom line. The front flipper on this knife is just not done very well. It's too low profile. It's set too far forward. Your leverage is going forward. It's not going back. Your leverage point and the really good detent, I think it just all plays a part in just the front flipper not functioning the way it should. Again, I am not the most coordinated person in the world. There's probably somebody out there that can flip it all day long with no issues. If you can, great. I'm not that person. So overall, I really like the knife otherwise. I really do. And it kind of bums me out. It really does, because like I said, I have not seen a petrified fish come through here that I really hadn't liked at this point. And other than that front flipper, I really like this one. It's just that darn front flipper that just, it just kind of kills it for me. It really does. Like I said, I can thumb flip it. No worries, no issues there. So can I use the knife? Absolutely. Does the knife do what it's supposed to? Absolutely. 100% as far as that. It doesn't function well as a front flipper. Not sure what else I can tell you. Well, what's this guy cost? You're looking at $44. Price-wise, that's not even bad. I like that aspect of it too. You know, I mean, like I said, I know some people aren't going to like the wing aspect. Some people aren't going to like the color. Okay, understandable. Not an issue for me because it's comfortable. It's ergonomic. It works. It does. That front flipper just kind of makes me angry, though. So I think I've pretty much beat a dead horse with that one. So overall, guys, if you just ignore the fact that it's a front flipper, it's a pretty darn good knife. That's pretty much my final say on it. Yeah. Anyway, I really appreciate you guys, and thank you so very much for Petrified Fish for sending this one out. I will show you, though. Forgot to show you. It does come with a cleaning cloth. It does come with some extra hardware, so that stuff's already good. But I do have to give Petrified Fish a quick shout out because they sent something else out with this. They sent this little guy out. This is pretty cool. Commemorative gift for the 4th anniversary of Petrified Fish. What does that say? In February, or Petrified Fish in 2022. You guys know I'm a big fish fan. And this thing is pretty cool. It's a little like skeletonized fish. It says 2022 Petrified Fish. It's just like a little skeletonized fish bottle opener. That's kind of cool. I'm digging that. As you guys know, these knives usually end up giving away on the channel. I'm going to give the knife away. I don't think I'm giving this away. I'm going to keep that because that's just kind of cool. You guys know I like fish. I like two fish. I like fish. Yeah. We're going to have to keep that. But so thank you very much to Petrified Fish for sending out that little pocket tool along with the PFE06 Nightingale. Let me know what you think, guys. Give me your honest opinion. As always, I greatly appreciate you joining me. Thank you so very much. Remember to like, subscribe, leave me that comment. You know I love talking to you. And until next time, guys, I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye. All right, guys. Well, I did tell you I was going to show you something about the clip, and I kind of forgot. But I'm going to do this. Now, I got to be really careful because I did this before, and oh my goodness. I said there's a post under there. You've got a single screw, and there's a post. So I have to be really, really careful because the last one time I took it off. Now, see, I dropped the post. But see there, as you can see there is a stabilizer post, and it will come out. It is not affixed. Trust me. I dropped it and had to search for it. But I found it. But as you can see there is a little bit of a post there, and it does fit right down in there. So it is, you know, there is a cutout. So it's not reversible. I like that. I like that idea of putting that little stabilizer post there. I know we've kind of poo-pooed on companies that haven't done, you know, with single screw pocket clips, especially if they're not recessed into the G10 or the micarta or whatever the case may be, they can kind of move around. But this one, not so much. So there you go, guys. Just something I wanted to show you. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.